right. A little rando Albert King over kind of a cross-cut saw groove. Been having fun. These are the new prototype of my Fishman Fluence Gristletone P90s, and I wanted a out-of-phase setting in the middle, and they sound good. Most out-of-phases get a little too squawky for me, but when you do that Peter Green wiring, you know, where you have, you know, it's fully out of phase in the middle, and if you back off on either the volume of the neck pickup or the bridge pickup, it gets this, like, just a little bit, it gets this bassier other thing. And so that's what I wanted for my little preset. So inside the cavity, there will be the ability to kind of go off center of phase a bit, and that's what we've done here. So from the neck pickup to this, it's not as horrible, drastic thing. It's very usable. So anyways, so I was doing a little groove-a-rooney. Pretty safe, you know, pretty simps. And over the top of that, I was doing this cool little rhythm pattern to kind of do the piano part on Albert King's crosscut. So I was doing a G triad up to A triad. And then you go up from a C triad to a D triad. And then a D to an E, C to a D, and back to the G to the A. I was just kind of doing some random, my version of what Albert King does. Usually I stash my pick, and I just start doing these big bends. I like doing... So I'll go up a whole step there on that second position of the A minor pentatonic. This guitar, by the way, is the prototype of my Reverend that'll be coming out. It will have white, the cream covers of the pickups will match the pickguard. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, so this little bend here, I'm bending up at the 10th fret there on the E string. And then I'll come down a half step down there on the 9th. Now I use my finger to kind of drag him across the strings this way, as Albert would be because he was upside down. So some Albertisms I'll do like, that's another good one, or that's one's kind of harder to pull off, so I'll usually do it on a G string and B string. There you go. Or you can do it in either position, but this one you get that full. So I'm bending there at the 13th fret, and I'm bending up a step and a half. Actually, 2 steps. And you get. There's always that 2 on the root. B.B. King would do that too, like hit it twice. Twice. Boom, boom. Now this, I bend this G string down there on the B string there. I bend it down towards the ground. Just because sometimes it seems to sound cooler that way. You can do it the other way. There's just a funkiness to it. Okay. Another good Albert. Is it major? Is it minor? Yeah, it's all of those things. So I'll do these little... So you just kind of drag your finger across to catch both the E string and the B string. You can kind of go... You do it on the B string and G string as well. I used my Gristle King pedal to add a little heat, a little volume. So that's regular volume. Here's the second voice of the pickup. And then I just put the clean boost on my pedal. Just gives me a little more sass. You get the idea. Now I'm just noodling. Anyways, I hope some of that was instructive. To get that Albert King tone and occasionally let out a big woo. It's kind of a fun story. I was playing at Milwaukee Summerfest. This is probably 1990. 90, 91 maybe. And there was a blues tent, and there was these two tents right next to each other. And Albert King was headlining at the tent next to us that night. We were playing like a afternoon slot, and I was sitting in with my buddy Big Bob's band. Big Bob and the Ballroom Blitz, a master of alliteration, I might add. And it was just blues tunes. We're tossing it around. Okay, you do one. No, you do one. So he called off some slow blues tune, and I was doing a solo. So I was kind of up towards the front of the stage, and my eyes were closed, and I was doing the solo. And I get done doing the solo, and the crowd reacts a bit. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And I open my eyes and I turn, and there on the side of the stage, down behind the fence with his arms on the fence, is Albert King looking at me. He goes like this. I was like, I just kind of went, because he's the master. But, I'd heard that he could be a prickly pear root, just in terms of he could be kind of ornery. And so that was good enough for me, just to have him do that. I didn't really want to go talk to him. I just want to shake your hand. He's like, hey man, nice to meet you. And that was it. But the other two guys in the band, we took a break and they were trying to get him to sit in with us. And he, let's just say he said no. There may have been other words involved in that refusal that maybe were profane. However, my experience with Albert was top notch, and he's one of my all-time favorites. Anyways, I hope that was enjoyable for you. And if you dig the content here on old Greg Koch music, whatever this thing is called, don't be afraid to subscribe and to share and do all the things that the YouTube is supposed to do. The dudes on the YouTubes, the dudes and dudettes. I'm rambling. We'll see you later.